Hi, my name is Michael Roger. I'm one of the co-founders of PropHero. In this video, I'm going to show you how we are using data to find the best deals. All right, let's start with the absolute basics. In a very, very simplified view, a great investment property is the property that will increase in value, that's capital growth, and that will provide you with strong cash flows, that's rental return. Again, in a very simplified view, capital growth is about investing in an area where in the future there will be strong demand and low supply. So think about growing population, growing economy, lack of land available, limited space to build new houses. Number two is buying under market price, right? And the idea here is to just negotiate extremely hard to find the best property at the best price. Number three is improvement potential. And here the idea is to buy a property that can gain value over time by making some improvements. So think about renovation, adding a granny flat, adding a fourth bedroom, etc. Finally, you want to avoid properties with red flags. So think about properties in a bushfire risk area, in flood risk area, properties with road noise, or just next to an airport. Like, you want to avoid these red flags because when the market is not very hot, then these properties are very hard to sell. That's, in a simplified view, how your property will increase in value over time. Now let's talk about cash flows. Cash flows is more straightforward, right? You want to have a high rental yield. So your rental yield is the annual rent you are receiving divided by the price of your property. Number two, what you want to focus on is in areas with growing rents, and in particular, rents growing above inflation. The third thing that you want for cash flows is low expenses. So you really want to avoid properties with swimming pools, with high running costs, made of like materials that are going to degrade over time. Also, you want to avoid properties with big strata costs. So think about expenses as a measure of your entire cash flows. And finally, what you want to focus on is on properties with low predicted vacancy. And this links to the demand and supply. You want to buy a property that will be really easy to rent. That's, of course, a very simplified view. In reality, at PropHero, we have much more than this. And we use over 200 variables, over 10 million data points to track the entire country. So 15,000 suburbs in Australia, we track the entire country all the time. And here, for these variables, think about macroeconomics like population growth, job creation, average income. Think about supply as well, like development applications, zoning, land available, all of this. Think also about like distance to public transport, distance to train, distance to schools, the quality of the schools, crime rates, quality of the streets, quality of the property as well. So think about, improvement potential, running cost, scarcity level, all of that. Too many to cite right now, but yeah, we use over 200 variables to identify the best areas and the best properties within these areas. To give you an idea about like how it works concretely, our data models in the background. So think about correlation on steroids. So we run thousands and thousands of correlation to understand what are the predictive elements of future growth, or what are the indicators we can look at today that will ensure you significantly outperform the market. And so here, for example, we saw that under very specific circumstances, buying in areas with vacancy rates below 1% is actually a very good indicator of price. Not a silver bullet. There are, of course, like many more variables, and that's why we use 200 and not just one. But yeah, so just to give you an idea, this is like how we are using data. Now, what do we do with it? So, as I was saying, we track the entire market all the time. And in the entire market, you've got many bad or average or just good properties, and just a tiny minority of truly excellent ones. So we scan the entire market. We apply our PropHero algorithm. And then what happens is that we don't share these properties with you straight away. We actually have a team of, well, as of today, about like 14 property experts and data experts who look at these properties and run all the analysis that the data cannot see, right? So there is a real human component to check every single property with local property knowledge in order to make sure that in the end, we only give you the top 1% deals. And I would say, well, it works. We actually track over time how our clients' investments are performing. And look, average capital growth over the last 12 months. So I recorded this video in October 2022. Over the last 12 months, our investments increased by 26% in value. That's more than twice what happened in the market. Our rents increased by over 16%, which is 50% above what happened in the market. Our clients are currently enjoying a 4.7% average yield, which is 35% above market. So yeah, it just works. Thanks, guys. I hope this was clear. Reach out to your property coach if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.